Hello, welcome to Tech Oneself. I hope you're teching well, whatever is good technicking. Before the day or the night, or in ultra technicking, multi technicking, uni technicking. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to, but it just looks really good like that. Just nothing but yellow, yellow. It looks really nice. I thought of many colors, of course, but I don't need to do a red room again, do I? Anyways, I have that many interiors. I'm all about keeping it in, and well, it's really cool because we have a lot of news going on, and I wish to submerge myself in the underworld and go and just write stories with my role player friends. And because I really love the unlimited imaginary power we have evolved through 18 years, and I would love to share with you. I don't want to give it for free as well at the same time, because I've also found out that there is a lot of problems out there in the real world beyond the elements of our imagination. I always felt very guilty because I was having so much fun playing and learning and exposing and listening, all these things at the same time as we still doing just on a monologue or one by one, which is first dimension and first dynamic and second dynamics. Of course, there is a lot of repercussion, impact. You like to just flow and go back to that intimate place which make you feel private and apart from everything, where no one could see you and you were just creating, and that is how your mind computes very well to not in a rush as well, with infinite time, because we're always there role playing, and be able to create something to surprise the other, or perhaps just create something for many months to surprise the other as well. So we keep many cards in the back, and kaboom everywhere. Those are the best place. Prepare in the dark. So well, yellow is a color of tolerance. I was taught by a character that raised my character through childhood, through 3 months, and 4 growing up with Merrick, that it is when the storyline comes to the light that it is truth and its reality works more than being in the private. So this is not for me to come to the limelight and just start working to create views and create clicks and comment on my own videos with all my multiple characters and repost as well, but to create moving with the flow of the currency of the events, and be able to interview an architect, for example, to what he thinks of creating a mansion into a village where I have chosen to create. For example, in my case, because my father was murdered, I would like to pick a country where there is no violence. And even I love Uganda. I would pick Uganda if I have a friend that has ancestors from Africa and it would go on my behalf. So I would be able to create a team with a place that I consider mine with others as a sense of property, and be able to help influencers or directors of influencers from each part of the world. For example, the Spanish community, but just one, because we all need uh, we need we all need to assure we're being supported. And I like to support others, and at the same time I like to be supported. So it is good to administrate the the system, is to say how it works. So it would be an open interview. But I can talk here my head off, but then people come with wrong ideas and make it, oh, now here, oh, well, now there, oh, now we're gonna fight against you because I'm creating too much character, I guess, too much drama. I love drama. It's part of healing as well. It's part of performing and allowing the emotion of violence come float, whatever is for a good cause, to share goods, how we handle these goods, and whatsoever it is for the goods of humanity as well, so we can rest in peace. So you can create a lot of books, you can copy a lot of ideas and theories, and make your own hypothesis based on my experience. I still need a group of people to write for the rules of role play into virtual reality. And if the people from around the world have come together to accept that we can build this map for virtual reality for each universe, so it works, of course, for people who like to create their characters. Understanding this is going to revolutionize healing by just playing, not analyzing too much. Alright, this is because the judgment also can go in a loop and continue and get there, rewinding again. And there is a lot of sickness out there, so much sickness. Like, there is so much sickness in sexuality, there is so much sickness in how people are eating. I'm very proud to see Kennedy working for food and how we eat. What has happened with the Trump administration is very good for the children to know and love whom they are, and slowly, surely learn to pick these character traits from here and there to form your own personality with all the time in the world that takes to mature, 26 years actually, and to be able to process little by little and have at the same time tolerance for those who were abused, and it was normal because they felt they were the chosen ones and they are special. And be able to love and kiss each other through the food we eat, through our senses, through our prayers, through our worship, to distinguish that is evil from good. So you can go and have fun in virtual reality and role play them in first person without getting stuck in character. So you come to see how good is power when you understand it from every angle. As a culture person and understanding, you can give compass for others to find their own timing, to create their own creative movement. So it is upon the hands of destiny, really. I mean, not even God can control destiny. That's something your free will has embroidered itself, if not entangled with. So some of us can escape from it because we're innocent, and we have certainly tried to mature from all this, right? It never ends, really. So no matter what people do or what you think to control, there is something that is moving and is of you to see how beautiful it is and how much you have missed to be role playing and trusting. I really, 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 really wish for Bill Gates to not be in the public domain. And if he can hide, create his hiding better. So I have a lot of tolerance, I guess, to say this. Another person maybe would have put him in jail. Sometimes you think you're so intelligent, so smart. They say, I still can catch you even if you hide. Oh, let's share the delusion. Let's share the delusion that we who belong to this circle are real for ourselves. We are only sharing a reality for ourselves and making everyone believe it's Hollywood movie, because we're famous, we're super rich. But these people are like piranhas wanting to eat you, right? The repressed class. Maybe they're right. Would Putin accept a peace deal? Whoever is what country and whoever is on what position to rule what country and help us build a better world so we can create this peace deal with the influencers and be able to talk with all the clauses that are being written for this peace deal and be able to see the sharing from the next years as this agreement of a peace deal has happened. The influencers will help us to define how is this peace deal going to be for Ukraine, and at the same time consider and respect the leaders to have the last word, as they watch. Of course, you cannot have so many influencers from all around the world but it will be nice to cast and see the filtering of how this new mechanism is forming, as from the Spanish community, as from other languages who talk in their own, to be able to see from their own whom they pick to have, as they talk in their own as well, and they pick to send this person, or between these three, because maybe they have extremists within their own culture, as we have in Spanish as well. Not everyone can represent everyone in general and in reality, but we do have certain extremes that cannot represent the whole culture. We're not that universal. I guess some people from the Spanish community will say that I don't represent them for whatever reason, right? And that would be totally normal. There is maybe everyone. So anyways, we're all in this pot, and I would like to have a new phone, that's for sure, and I would like to have my algorithms with the kind of people that I believe in and that I trust, and I don't want to listen to more of these stories, because I don't deserve to listen to these stories. I would love to listen and follow politics that are creative, trust, especially trust that the law system works, because this is the fundamental deception of how this is continuing to happen. So we are all sort of like watching and having tolerance for the generation that was there, and the many parents or uncles that accepted that, or how some in our society have not been well taken care of, and what can we do? So it has to do much with the economy and how everyone can have enough time to have good care for their children and teenagers till they are mature to be able to respond with the world and take care of themselves. It's cool. Okay, you want to take drugs and have a free sexual life? Go pro. You know, maybe you can even give them some tips, you know. Maybe you can do sexual healing and teach them how to hurt people so they don't run away. How to create bondage, how to create codependency, how people are so addicted to pain, and how sometimes power is so related to pain as well. So there's a lot of emotions mixing with lower gravities there, and sometimes it's only for the psychological trait to be able to resist so much violence that might be hitting you back. How are you going to keep smiling while you have no life of your own? Perhaps it's in the hands of, and continue. How are you going to make everyone believe that you're also sharing their pain while making them suffer? Because the sadist also has pain, but is in charge. and you can change the lights, and you can very slowly, have warm colors and let go. Feel in an environment of trust where you think it's your destiny because you grew up with that love and trust, and you were held with those eyes who care for you and made you stop crying like if it was a miracle, because only your mother could take away the pain and heal you. She had superpowers to heal you. She caressed you, take the pain away. So we sometimes are wounded looking with mistrust because no one can treat us like our mother did. We might think he is going to be a manipulative woman who wants something from us. You will be judging by what is dressing, to whom it is, if he is with this person or the other. So you can see too, what is the work, what is happening, what is your work in reflection on how important you are to at least dissect for a section of what is it that you are doing, that you've been doing, and what can you do, because it's taking already the stage that will form you for the rest. So it is right now that's taking place. It's been forming naturally, and it will lead to I cannot prevent things, because then people will start investing on that, so it happens. Because people don't listen when I am trying to prevent for something, because they think, oh, that's gonna happen, let's do that. No, I am preventing so that doesn't happen. So now I cannot say anything by the nature of the events. You can see it as well without me having to tell you. Am I the enemy for telling you without telling you? Because if I tell you, then you will get mad at me. You will think I have desired that on you. In the contrary, I've come here to help, prevent, and, well, let's keep the light even when we don't like each other very much. That we can agree. I don't have much humor or very enthusiastic. I thought I had no tolerance really anymore, not even for my own. But I thought, no, hey, you can paint that wall. Yeah. You can put those books. There's no rush. Look at humanity. It's very slow. Evolution is very slow. No rush. Take it easy. You don't need to work again as a workaholic. It's proven before your eyes. That's slow. It's so slow. It's so slow that is like really. You think you're gonna control me and manipulate me? Like really? Is I never thought you would be that slow. Like really? I come from a role player world. We're so fucking creative and intuitive. We have that sense of knowing by the play itself, right? The playboard tells you itself. And it's good to have a prediction, and it is good to still know that you don't know, because anything could happen. So if you've been doing all this and it has not worked and it's still happening all this, wonder why. There are other ways of having power. All right. So yes, it is, as you said, it is by trusting the intelligence that has formed that person. Indeed. So how are we going to start and run this global technological mapping? You want to start only in the USA? Huh? Against the World Economical Forum? Against Russia and China? Against South America? Against Africa? Like, what is this? You want to win that way? By making believe you're so powerful? Like, I have worked like an ant. Like a tiny little ant. I have worked so much just to carry a huge table. Just to carry a huge table alone. Like this table. Yeah. So there it is. Now it's broken. I will repair it. Carrying it through London. Little step by little step. Every book, every little tiny movement. Committed, totally committed. In a timeless zone. And that's very enjoyable. So it is to prepare a beautiful dinner and to eat with those that have true love. Like learning that it's true love without money as well, or the addictions, the needs, the human needs as well. How society or people look at you if you don't have the standards, but you're having fun in virtual reality with all the characters and the libraries to study the verses with your friends who are always there, many coming and going. So imagine if history has turned the pages in a different way, where I was given a percentage, where I was with my children and with my mother, where I would still be thinking as any other. Or just talking a little more line to line, not just lost there like in a like lost particles there. Oh yeah, purple with purple, blue, blue, reddish, green, greens. Well, no one is watching us. We were nothing in the nothingness. So You can also create these characters and role play back to me. You don't have to know who I am with roleplay characters, of course. Is part of the rules of roleplay and the fantasy realms. Whatever I said against everyone, it's not. Don't take it personal. Is there are lower truths. That's not the higher truth of where we come from. So as we gather here, I hope none of my videos are, I don't know, I upload in other places to save it for my children and by parts, so I hope I get to upload and have a better sound and a better script to be more pragmatic to the events that are happening in the light of our stories, as we can bring a beautiful tapestry for the light of our children and the future, in the far future generations, to what this world has become, thanks to being tolerant and, you know, letting the tribunals and the judge system and letting the public judgment and letting our judgment heal by just understanding that if you need a child and that child needs its parents, if that child needs to be safe, we will be more aware of not being gaslighted by any form of social shame if we say or do something for that child, even if it's not of us, but it's our inner child as well to be with our children. Our children, what is it they like to be? Whom are they? Not what we want out of them. What are they? Would I like them to hear my story, or am I really there for them? Am I really there for them? What happened? And sometimes we create this pain so the other goes away. Sometimes we create this chaos or disaster. Some people like to insult so the other goes away, break their senses where they used to love you, so you break the spell. Sometimes we're just broken. The relation with our mother or father broke. It was not really there. We were just born with a lot of vomit or shouts, noises. And then there's love. There's love through everything, even through those shouts and vomits and nonsense. There are words of meaning and a lot of hard work. Fantasies are like a luxury, as watching TV is, but more, because you're interacting. You're playing with cause and effect. creating is the greatest joy, to maintain all your creation. That's where you start to see that so much freedom of creation, that it takes time to understand all the time you need to do as you wish, and then understand you can maintain everything you do. So then you delegate. So would you like to delegate power to people who want to be your enemy and be against you? Sometimes they just look like little kids in the class who are just being rebellious with the teacher, the authority, and they're just laughing to the authority and being naughty, doing things in the back of the teacher. So it's a magistrate act to be able to call for the attention of the children. And what better way it is than being playful? Of course, not every school is made with discipline and a ritualistic manner. Respect. Because you have that education and religion, because you are special. You are chosen one, because not everyone has so many goods. You're privileged to do so. You have been conceived with awareness and have the power of the voice. People are just learning, so there is tolerance as well. Just being with you, forming a mansion into a village, they already learn. But billions, more than words could say. Imagine the best influencers of the world being picked by the direction of a directory of people who are also influencers and are supporting other influencers in their culture and our continent. So we will learn to express by our experience. We would do our best. So that takes a lot of consideration. We like to laugh as well of ourselves. We like to see our generation has won. We like to honor the older generation as well. So let the new generation shine, right? I would walk away in the most respectful manner. I would really allow the magic to happen into reality, so people can value their work and what is credit. Politics, discussions in banks and higher investments are not just ideas that flow like that. It takes a lot of timing to make something so huge happen, with so many people involved from different parts of the world, different beliefs, different forms of relating with God or loving each other, and eating, dancing, dressing, as the architecture. and nature that forms them. So you like to have a lot of viewers and have a social consciousness who is dedicated just in judging and gossiping, is because there still needs a lot of cleansing to do. There is a lot of marginality still, and in places where cameras don't even go. So you're representing all of that with a magnum glass. There are better ways to love and have pleasure. It shouldn't become a nightmare, of course. What's done is done. For you or a person who's done that, it might be the past. It's the past. But where is the line drawn where something that is forbidden of how it's being used could be sacred, being well managed? There's no need to invade people's privacy and creativity. This is one of the main rules for role players as well. And in our computers, for the little bit is left there as we walk in the streets, and maybe we like to go wear any place in Fraganti, have a time of our own, to not be a suspect, because we don't belong to anything anyways. Or should we just be anonymous the rest of our lives, owning nothing to anyone? You will love to wonder what is true love. At least, whatever you find it or not, you will love to think, I'm not here to philosophize, to feel the meaning of life. You would like to see your phone and computer that is yours. You don't have to press any cookies. The world is as it is. You're free. You live in a good environment. You have privacy. Of course, I can be sitting as a monk in silence and do nothing. What a waste of life. But hey, that's what I gotta do. Not to prove that I'm enlightened, but simply to prove nothing. But it's the creative feel which makes us move in that sort of privacy and a sheer feel of our own. Yeah. So, faith sometimes is a reunion to remember what we know. The Creator exists before us. It exists before we wear the skin, and after, and in between. So we've come to create as well. understand what you are doing and investing on, if it's going to create polarities, if you're going to put the world against you, because they have their communications as well. How long it's going to take? But it can only come from the heart. This is a negotiation that places leaders of the world where they don't care if the crimes they have commit, but other leaders might think it's fine, we're leaders, whether it's true or not. But people who want to be leaders in the world should aim to do good and be good. The very system is going to report that, of course. I can assure you it's working well, and it's the only way. There cannot be other way. But it works good. Because humanity is beautiful. Yet would you carry the pain of others until you are the last? Whatever you're guilty or not? What would you do? So there is the space of consciousness among everyone. Consciousness can't be corrupted, right? From a primal age towards maturity. How can you have the world in your hands without achieving this? So you ask within, right? But while all these polarizations are happening, you will just see the puzzle forming right now, right? So that's what's happening in this episode of many chapters. It's coming to a culmination. So as we enter to see the diversion of artificial intelligence, to try everything is to trying to avoid the truth of what's been corrupted. So what happens if is allowing creation to be formed? With the power that is to be set there forever. A good foundation, structure, trust, and honor from the depth to the highest. Yeah. It's no fantasy for this to ever be told, to be remembered. It can only puzzle like this. But once we can move to the next stage and already look at a global screen on this fall or the beginning of this winter, we can see the globe map in a three-dimensional sphere, and I've already ambition, but well, maybe I'm too pretentious to say it is for Elon Musk and Prince William, because Elon Musk has X and it doesn't belong to any past. But William has the support of the past, and is very well spoken as well, and both look very good to the camera. Whatever lady they have or are married with, be nice to see Grok speak in one body, and be aware of not having too many robots, not as many robots as people, of course. We need this human connection, and to work in meditation and see the many years of how long it takes, and have a jovial couple talking to us like leaders, whatever they might not like each other sometimes. It's like partners belonging to a football team, putting the best for each other, because no one can stop them anyways. They've been chosen for that. The world likes them. There's nothing wrong. What is it? Left, right. If you want to pick somebody better, it will be other couple from Asia and Africa. Because South America is more or less covered. The Middle East, the Native American. So 3 couples, 3 partners. But they need to improve to show who are these people that can relate together, to show the globe map. So the message is fulfilled all around, with no doubt. I can represent Latin America, of course, but there are many people who should just represent for being universal. Would I like to be a representative of any addition, just to add a piece to the puzzle, or being a person because of the adjectives who create me, but for being a friend and a sister, and a mother. A good ex, good wife as well. So I am most of all a single woman. So should I represent everything I've done in my life? So there's even more I like to experience. So why would people define themselves as Spanish? Why would I need a representative for the Spanish? So people need a representative. Well, there are representatives. So The influencers are representatives. So I guess an influencer for each continent and or culture, because there are more than just 12. So those are numbers I cannot place really, how many people, but it would be one host good enough as well. But then we have to trust they're good people, to shine in the light, to inspire the trust for people to think they can do it and return this money back. It doesn't have to be such a big deal. Like, it's very a small deal where everyone multiplies. These buildings already exists. The technological system needs to be designed and talked over. I cannot talk about it yet until there is peace in the world, because everyone will steal it from me. It doesn't matter from what culture or country, and then it will be copied. So this is evolving to multiply. Yeah, so people are free to run and do whatever they want. This is a simple process to learn with each other as we relate with the outside world, and back home to keep it on. I wish you have a good day or afternoon, evening, night. If you're having a midnight snack or are in ultra space, in a timeless zone, I wish immortality always makes you feel blissful and your body can live longer, your spirit and your eyes can see forever. That brings a lot of tolerance, not because you would like to be insulted or be treated with so much patience, but children are going to grow, they're going to learn the discipline they need, might be the attention you put. So keep it together and peace. Cut.